All right, welcome to another game of AIG Tennis. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of this game, and we are going to play out a match. This is a relatively new game. I don't think I've played an entire match actually in this. So we're going to have a best of 3 sets. You can see it's a set 1, 2, and 3. You may not be able to see it very well in here, but I've got 15, 30, 40, and then we'll use these for the advantage or deuce. And then we'll set the winner of the point here, and we'll keep track of the points in the set here. We'll keep track of the games. We'll keep track of the games in the set here. We'll keep track of the points in the game here. So we have let's set up our players. Our players are Marco De Luca. He is a star from Italy. And he's a fast baseline attacker, which means after 2 consecutive points that he wins, then he'll roll the next higher die for the next point, which for him would be a D10. He's also got upset alert. So upset alert is if he's playing a higher level opponent, then he rolls 1 die higher on game points, which he is not. They're both stars, so he's not facing a higher level opponent. So this one is out. His surface is clay, and his country is Italy. Rafael Mendez is his opponent. He's from Argentina, also a star. He's a baseline grinder, which means he loses no stamina on the first rally. So you got to remember that for the first rally. And he's got momentum boost, so which is pretty equivalent to the fast baseline attacker. So momentum boost says after winning 2 points in a row, then he rolls a higher die for the next point. And so I have them keep doing that until they lose the point. So you can see here, these are the special rules and modifiers for their playing styles and also for their special abilities. So every player has a playing style and every player has a special ability. They're both on clay. We'll say that we're playing on hard court, and typically you can like just roll a D6. 1 to 2 is hard court, 3 to 4 is clay, 5 to 6 is grass. So also if you're playing oh man, also if you're playing a tournament, obviously everything would be on the same surface, so that would make that easier also. All right, black is going to be the home team, quote unquote, so the guy on the bottom, and white will be the guy on the top. And let's get it going. So they both roll D8s. We're going to keep track of our stamina here. Both players start out with a 10. And on a long rally, so the basic gist of the game is it's a die against die game. So highest die wins the point. And then the most points, you just play out regular tennis. So the most points wins the game, and then you have to win the game. You have to win the set by at least. You have to win the set by at least 2. If you wind up tying, we go to a tiebreaker, which is going to be down here. So you're either going to win 6-4, you're going to win 7-5, or we're going to go to a tiebreak at 6-6. And in the tiebreaker, then we roll each quote unquote win. Each win against the die is going to be a point, and then you play you have to win at least 7 points, and you got to win that by 2. So you can win 7-5, you can win 8-6, you can win 7-1, but you can't win 8-7, so it has to be 9-7. So you just keep going until one player wins by 2 once you get past 7. All right, so if you're not familiar with tennis, some of those rules might be a little bit weird. You can look up general tennis scoring rules online. It's not a difficult game to score, and this is an easy game to play. So the server is going to be Mendez. I've already rolled for that. So basically 1 to 3 and 4 to 6. So 1 to 3 was De Luca, 4 to 6 was Mendez. It was a 6. So Mendez is going to serve first, and the server gets a +1 every time. So there were a lot of service breaks early in the game when I was testing it, and so I think just adding that +1 helps to minimize the service breaks and make that a little bit more realistic to professional tennis. All right, so first service, again, 7 is to Luca. He's on top, and Mendez is on the bottom. So 7 to a 1, really 7 to a 2, but doesn't matter as DeLuca goes up 15 love. And that will be 30 love. Okay, we get a 6 and it's a 7 really, so 7 to 3. So Mendez comes back. And 6-4. So now we're at 30 love. So we get an 8 to an 8. So we have a tie. Remember, we got to add 1 for the service. So Mendez gets a +1. So 8 to an 8. This is a long rally. Now, our player here, Mendez is not going, so this is the first rally. Mendez is not going to take a stamina hit. It's going to be DeLuca who takes the stamina hit. Basically, you just take 1 away from his stamina and you continue playing. So it's not like a, you just play to roll the highest die and see who wins the rally. So here it's going to be, but the +1 doesn't count because he's not getting an extra 1 for serving. It's just a long rally. So you just go straight up 6-3. And so Mendez wins that one. He's up 40-30 with a chance to take this first game. He cannot, even at 6-5. So that evens it up. And we are at deuce. 3 to a 7. So the advantage is going to be to DeLuca. We get a 6, so a 7 to a 5, and we go back to deuce. Get an 8 to a 3, so the advantage is now to the server, Mendez. And Mendez takes the game, and he goes up 1-0. So he holds serve after a little bit of trouble there. And here, I just kind of bring this down, so this is going to be DeLuca and Mendez, and DeLuca will be, he'll be serving now. So +1 to DeLuca, and Mendez does not get the +1. Fast baseline attacker. I have to remember these things. So after 2 consecutive points, he's going to roll the next highest die up, and the same thing here. So that applies to both of them. The baseline grinder we did, and then the upset alert does not count. So 8 to 4, and that's going to be 15 love for DeLuca. 6 to 1, so that's 2 consecutive points. So now we're going to interrupt with this die here. So he rolls the next one up, which is a D10 after 2 consecutive wins. Okay, so now here we have a 10. Whenever the player rolls the highest, it's not going to count here because his +1 pushes him to that. But if he had rolled a 10 here, it would be an ace. So if you roll if you're serving and you roll the highest number on the die, so a D8 would be an 8, D6 would be a 6, etc. Then you would count that as an ace. We haven't had any aces yet. And he's going to continue to roll this higher die because that's sort of the spirit of that's really the spirit of that bonus, is that you continue to have an advantage. So here he's going to lose the point. So 40-15, and he goes back to the D8. And 7 to 1, he's going to take that. And he evens it up. Evens up the set at 1 apiece. And we have same thing here. So just a little bit of record keeping. You can do it however you want. I just like to keep track of who is serving. Eventually I'm going to have like a game board that you could put the cards on. The cards are going to be quite a bit nicer. And you'll have, you know, some places to keep track of the score manually without having to have a score sheet like this necessarily. We can just keep track of all of your points. You'll be able to keep track of all of your games, and you'll be able to keep track of the overall. Well, if you're keeping track of games, you're keeping track of the sets. So, okay, this time it is Mendez serving. 6 to a 2 is going to be 15 love for the server. So both players have held serve so far. 7-5, that's 2 consecutive points. So we'll switch out his to the D10. 3 consecutive points. And if they have, they call it a love hold or a love, I think it's called a love hold. Something like that. I can't remember exactly when you win 4 consecutive points. Or, yeah, and then you take the game on 4 consecutive points, and basically a skunk kind of rule. I give I give the stamina a +1 to the players, like a little reward for dominating that particular game. All right, so here 5-2, so he is going to do that, and I'm going to give him a +1 to his stamina. So now it's 11 to 9 on the stamina. You can see that the stamina doesn't come in super often. At the change, we're going to get rid of his momentum. We'll force him to regain that. 8-2. You can see that. So 8-2, 15 love for DeLuca. And 15 all. 30-15 to the server. Evens it up, 30 all. 8-4, that's 40-30. And back to the deuce. And 7-5 is going to be advantage DeLuca. And comes back and evens it up. Mendez does. Back the advantage to DeLuca. And this is for the game point. 6 and 6, that's going to be a tie. So we go 8 and 10. And then we finish out the rally. So you keep taking off stamina, so the rally continues. And it's back to a deuce. So long rally there. Advantage now Mendez. Maybe wore down DeLuca a little bit. Oh, he did, and that's going to be a service break. So we go 3-1. Mendez breaks the serve of DeLuca. So that's our first service break. And Mendez with a chance to go up 4-1 here. He is going to lose the first point. So 15 love. He comes back strong. Evens it up at 15. 30-15 to DeLuca. Oh, 40-15, and this is going to be a game point. And he does take it. That's going to be the game to DeLuca. So he comes back with a service break of his own. And an opportunity to tie this one back up as DeLuca takes the serve. It's 3 games to 2 here in the first set. This will be service to DeLuca, and that's going to be 2 in a row. So we bring in our D10. So I just kind of like to have these dice over here just for quick reference, because you're going to use them, and the game is going to be a pre-printed game, so it's going to come with a set of dice for a home and away. All right, this will be a 6 to a 1, so he goes up 40 love and continues with the roll. So you can see an 8 to a 7, so he loses access to the D10. We go back to the D8, 40-15, and he is going to win this one here, and he evens up this particular set at 3-3. So coming back strong, and it will be Mendez trying to hold serve. 4-4, that's going to be a rally. Six 1, so Mendez takes that one. 15 love. He comes back strong. Now this is an 8, so remember that's the highest that you can roll for a D8. So that's going to be not only a point win, but I'll circle it, and that's going to be an ace. So our first ace. This is going to be another one. He's going to win at 9-8, right? Remember, because he gets a +1 for the serve. So that's going to be 2 aces in a row. He goes up 40 love, and he can't get the skunk there. And in fact, he loses another point. So 40-30, game point, and he is going to take that. Mendez serves for the win. So 4-3. Mendez jumps out in front again. DeLuca trying to hold serve. He's going to win this one 5-4. Remember that it's +1 to the server. So 15 love becomes 15 all. Becomes 15-30. All. It's a pretty even matchup with both of them being on the same level, rolling d8s. 30-40. So DeLuca in danger of being broken here. I realize I'm not switching these out after 2 points. I have to just try to remember that. But this is going to be back to deuce, and the advantage is going to be to DeLuca. Oh, and DeLuca brings it home as he wins and holds serve. So 4-4, good one here in the first set. It will be Mendez serving for the 5-4 lead. Mendez trying to hold. He takes a 15 love advantage here in the game. This is another ace. So another ace for Mendez as he goes up 30 love. Sorry, we should roll this one. 7-7, that's going to be a long rally. So 5 and 7. And a 10 to a 1. That's going to be a 40 love advantage. And 6 to a 4. So that's going to be, I believe it's called a love hold. I had to look it up again, but 5-4. We're going to give him a +1 on his stamina. No. Let's see, where did it go? I gotta find my die. Alright, and we're back. Okay, 5-4. DeLuca serving for his life here in this first set. Mendez wins. He will be take a 1-0 lead, 1 set to nothing lead. So this is going to be a long rally. Remember, we add 1 for the serve. So the win goes to Mendez. DeLuca with the serve. And that's going to be 2 straight points for Mendez. He goes to a D10. And that will be 30, or love 30, I guess. DeLuca with the service as he breaks Mendez. There they go back to the D8s. 15-30. 7-7. So another long rally. 8-4. So that'll be a winner for DeLuca. And he comes back and goes up 40-30. So this is the game point. I don't think he has any game point. Some guys have like a game point. They get extra whatever on game points or set points. There's different sort of like abilities and things for the different players. All right, we got a 3-3, so that's going to be a long rally. See who wins this one. It'll go to Mendez. So all evened up, and that's going to be advantage to Mendez. This is going to be the set point. So he wins this point, and he wins the set 6-4. Let's see, he doesn't have any set point stuff, I don't think. Mendez, momentum boost, baseline grinder. Yeah. So, set point. Oh, and he dominates. And he takes a 1 to 1 set to nothing lead. That's actually a 0-1. And so that's going to be a winner there. And we go on to set 2. Remember, this is the best of 2, so it's possible this could be over after this set. All right, everybody's coming out with their same dice. And when we go from one set to another, we give everybody a +3 on their stamina. So 2 + 3 is 5, 5 + 3 is 8. And so that's where they sit with their stamina. Some, if you have a stamina-based fighter, he recovers +4 instead of +3. So, all right. And here we go. Mendez serving first again. And this will be a winner for DeLuca, love 15. DeLuca 2 in a row, so he's going to get the D10. Threatening to break serve. He is really close, so love 40. As DeLuca is trying to break serve in this first game, 5-4. So remember, we get the +1 for the service. So 40-15, that breaks the spell. It's a 15-40. Sorry, and then it goes to 30-40. So Mendez trying to make a comeback, but he's going to fall short as DeLuca breaks serve here in the second set. So DeLuca will serve for the 2-0 lead. 7-6. That's going to be 15 love. Quickly to 30 love, and he gets the D10. 40 love. So DeLuca trying to hold serve, and he will, as he's going to get a +1 to his stamina as well. So he takes a 2-0 lead over Mendez, and a little domination here coming out of the new set for DeLuca. Lost the first set 6-4. Trying to get back into this one and force a third set. This is going to be a winner for Mendez. 15 love. Quickly goes to 30 love. Oh, we got an ace. And that puts him at 40 love. And he will get the skunk there. So he comes back, he holds serve, and he gets an extra on his stamina. So coming back, it's DeLuca with the service. DeLuca up 2-1, 2 games to 1. He will take the 15 love advantage, even up at 15, and that will be an ace for 30 love, or 30-15. Mendez comes back with a winner, 30 all. 40-30 to DeLuca, serving for the game. And Mendez says, not so fast, my friend, as we are at 40 all. The service is an 8, so that's going to be an advantage. Sorry, I like to mark it as advantage or deuce. That's why I didn't put any like extra little things in there. You can score that however you want to. He comes back and evens it up. Mendez does. So we are again at deuce, and Mendez takes the advantage. So Mendez looking for a service break. He is not going to, as DeLuca wins the point. DeLuca comes back strong, and it's advantage DeLuca. Trying to go to 3 games to 1 in this set, but he won't, as Mendez is fighting him off here. 8-5, advantage to DeLuca. Let's see if DeLuca can bring it home. He cannot. We go back to deuce. And we get 2-2. That'll be a rally. And another rally. Oh, that's 4. So a really long rally. Oh my gosh. All right. And the winner to Luca, who takes the advantage. And he's serving for the game. He cannot put the game away. Service goes to Mendez. Advantage Mendez. Back to deuce. So this is a long one, exhausting everybody. That will be advantage to Luca. And another rally. So chance here for Luca to put it away. Oh, and he cannot. It's a tough one. All right, this game just won't go away. This is another rally. So 1 and 4. And the rally is won by Luca. So advantage Luca, serving for the point, a hard-earned point. And he will ace his way to a better day. So he takes a 3-1 lead in this set. So that was quite a killer. I've considered adding timeouts. I think you can take timeouts in tennis, and that would add like +1 stamina. So Luca holds serve, and Mendez is serving really to stay in this one, as Luca's up 3-1 here in the second set. Luca down 1 set already. And we got a, because of the service, this is going to be a rally. So we go 0, and we go 3. I'll let them finish out with the D10s, but once you get to 0, you have to switch. You have to downgrade a die. That's the that's the penalty for 0 or less stamina. So Luca with the winner takes a 15. Love 15 lead, and we're rolling a d6 now against the d8. Obviously there's an advantage to the d8, and that's going to be a winner for Mendez. But you can see all is not lost, so Luca comes back 30-15, or 15-30 I guess. 5-3, that's going to be a winner for Mendez. And this will be an ace to 40, so 40-30, and game point. Oh, Luca says, I'm not going away. So 40 all, and another ace takes him to the advantage to Mendez. And Luca with a winner takes it back to deuce. Mendez with the winner. That's going to be advantage to Mendez, and he puts him away for the point. So 3-2, but realize that 0 is a permanent downgrade. So he's going to have to continue rolling with the D8, or against the D8. The service is going to go to Mendez. Love 15. Mendez takes 2 in a row. He's going to get bumped up even more with the 2 wins. He comes back with a winner. Some players have that if they just roll their top end die, the top number, it doesn't matter what the other person rolls, they get an ace. So they have like a special ace ability. Kind of a fun one. Luca comes back. He will not be skunked, and he is serving. That's another. That should have been an ace. This one is an ace as well. And so he comes back 30-40. He's going to win this point just because he's serving, and he comes back strong and evens it up at 40 love. Another ace for the advantage. And will he take the game, even though he is severely downgraded? I guess we should do this. He's already been beat. 6-4, another ace. And he wins this one 4-2. So DeLuca will not be denied in this one. He's up 4 games to 2, and he is downgraded. So we'll see how this goes for him. Mendez gets the winner for 15 love. Ties it up here, so we're going to go -1 and 2. So the rally continues, and Mendez puts him away for a 30 love advantage. Oh, and he aces him to 40. 40 love for Mendez, and he puts him away with the skunk. So he goes to 3. And that is a 4-3 game as he holds serve. And it'll be to DeLuca to go up 5-3. DeLuca with the service, and he aces him. He has been on it. Another winner. That's going to let him go back up after winning 2 in a row. Promptly goes back down to a D6. And an ace. It's not an ace, it's another rally. So lowest you can go is -2. So another rally. And this time the rally will be won by Mendez, who evens it up 30 all. Mendez trying to break serve and tie up this set, and he does. So we are tied 4-4 here in the second set. The advantage of only going to -2 is when you go over to the next set, you're at a +1, and then you kind of get back your advantage. You'll be able to roll a D8 again. So Mendez will be serving. He's going to go up 15 love. So stamina plays a huge role here in this one. And having a player with stamina can sometimes help you beat a better player who has better skills. That's going to be an ace for 40 love. And Mendez takes care of business as he goes up 5 games to 4. And DeLuca will be serving for his proverbial life. Mendez, love 15. Oh, coming back, DeLuca with the winner. We get a tie here, so it can't go any worse, and he goes down to a 1. We got a rally, and that rally is won by Mendez. Mendez looking to take advantage here, but 6-4 as DeLuca comes back strong, 30 all as DeLuca serving for his life. Another rally. This one goes down to 0. Again, we'll let him play out this game, but he'll have to roll a D6. So, oh, how the tables turn. And Mendez is going to win the point, but he loses the battle. And 2-1, that's going to be 40 love for DeLuca, who is serving, and the advantage will be to Mendez. Coming back strong. Back to deuce. Mendez takes the advantage. Mendez serving for the, this is set point. He wins this one 6-4, and he does. So Mendez is going to take the second set 6-4. So I guess you should say 4-6. And then we tied up 1-1, 6-4. That's typically how it's written, so you see what the games are. All right. So it will be Mendez serving again for the third set, to start the third set. And Mendez, both guys, let's see, we have a 1 and we have a 3. Both of them are going to be a D8. Since they're both over 0, then you look at whatever they are. So a D, what do you call it? A Hall of Famer is going to be a D10. That's going to be theirs. So we have stars. We have a Hall of Famer. So they roll with a D10. And then we have a tour player. And a tour player rolls with a D6. He starts with a D6. So D10, D8, D6 is going to be your starting die for them. And then they can go down. I also have provision for D4. So I think D4 will be included as well. So a D6, a tour player who goes down grade, is going to have a D4. All right, Mendez up first. We got our D8s, and he is serving. We are tied at 1 set apiece. The winner of this set is going to win the match. It is Luca with the ace. 2 in a row. Luca coming out fired up. He should be rolling this one. So he goes to 40 love. And 8-8, that's going to be a tie with Mendez serving. The winner goes to Luca though, as he takes that one in straight points. So he will go back up to a 1. 1 love. So he is up 1 love. So Luca breaks serve on the very first game of the third set. He takes a 1-0 lead over Mendez. Again, they're tied a set apiece, and this is going to be the deciding set. You can play a best of 5 if you wanted to. Best of 3 keeps the game manageable. It's taken a little bit longer because I'm talking, but even at this point we're at 37 minutes, I guess, and that's with a little bit of explanation. It can go much faster than this, especially you could be done after 2 sets, right? So, all right, first roll. That's going to be a winner for Luca. Tie. It's back to 0 and 1. So on the rally, it will be Luca with the winner. We need to. Sorry. Luca has to go back down. Winner to go to 40 love. And he brings it home. So he goes back up to a 1. And he takes a 2-0 lead as he keeps service. And he'll be back at a D8. So Luca in control so far. Mendez will be serving mostly for his life here to hold serve. He will lose his first point. So love 15. He comes back. 15 all. It's going to be 30-15 to he should be rolling this one with 2 wins. He'll go back. That'll be 30 all. 40-30, and that's going to be a winner. So he gets on the board here. 2 games to 1 is Mendez holds serve against Luca. Luca serving now to take a 3-1 advantage here in the third set. He goes up 15 love. He goes up 30 love. That's an ace for 40 love. And taking care of business in straight points. He goes back up to a 2 and a 3-1 lead in this third set as Mendez facing a buzzsaw here. Luca got his legs under him. Mendez serving. He is going to hit an ace. He takes a 15 love advantage. That's 30 love. Mendez trying to hold serve. He drops this one. 30-15. He'll drop 2 in a row. It is 30 all. The service gives him an extra 1, so he takes a 40-30 advantage here. We're at 40 all. And we go to advantage to Luca, 2 straight points won, as he serves for a 4-1 advantage in this set, and he cannot get it done. We're back to deuce. And this will be DeLuca with the advantage, trying to break serve, and he cannot do it. So trading points here back and forth. That's going to be an advantage to DeLuca again. And the ace, clutch from Mendez. Advantage back to DeLuca. This will be a rally, so we go to 1 and 0. And the rally will be won by DeLuca. So he takes a 4-1 advantage as he breaks serve on Mendez. Mendez is going to have to go downgrade too, also. So he goes down to a D6. He's at a 0 stamina now. All right, and DeLuca serving to go up 5-1. He's up dominating so far in set number 3. This is tied at 1 set apiece, and this is the final set of the match. DeLuca with the winner, and he has the upper hand here. 30 love for DeLuca. 40 love for DeLuca. And he is going to bring that one home. He'll go 5 games to 1. He's also going to get a +1 to his stamina. And we head to the what might be the final game of this set. So DeLuca, if he breaks serve, he will win this one 6-1. He'll win the match 6-4, 6-1, 4-6, 6-4, 6-1. If he can't break serve, though, it's going to be continuing forward. Let's see, 5-5. So we got a long rally here. And a -1. And the rally is going to go to Mendez. 15 love. Comes back with a winner, 30 love. And another rally. So we go to 0, -2. The rally continues forward, -1 and -2. And the winner goes to DeLuca. So DeLuca wins the battle, but he's going to go down to a D6. So a little bit more manageable maybe for Mendez at this point. Although he loses another point, 30 all. 30-40. DeLuca, this is match point. Set point, match point. Oh, and DeLuca brings it home. No mercy. Wow. As he drops the hammer on Mendez in the 3rd set. Mendez losing stamina. So DeLuca is going to win this one by a score of 2-1, as he goes 6-1 in the final set, and that's going to be your winner here. So that is AIG tennis. You can see there's a little bit of variability. Again, you have all these different playing styles here, and these are the players that I have so far. Diego Fernandez is from Chile. Samuel Williams from Australia. Everybody has their own preferred surface. If you're on your preferred surface, then you get a +1 to the whole match. So Roger Acevedo, Hall of Famer from Spain. Victor Ivanov is from Russia. Jake Collins is a tour player from the US. Adrian Novak, also a tour player. He's from Poland. And nothing there. Diego Fernandez, like I say, he's from Chile. He's a defensive specialist, and that means He can force an opponent reroll once per set. So if you have maybe a big, swing game or something like that, swing point, you can do that. Clutch King rolls D12 on set points. So whether you're trying to hold or whether you're trying to get the set point. So just different things. Everybody has a different sort of specialty in this rally. Jay Collins is really a defensive kind of player. So defensive specialist means he can force a reroll once per set, but also in this rally means that he can, the opponent loses 2 on stamina rallies instead of 1. So that's one that affects the opponent. Again, Novak has that as well. Stamina based fighter, so he recovers 1 more per set and his opponent loses 2 on rallies. So he just basically wears you down. So you can play with different players. There are 8 players, so you could play a tournament pretty easily, and you can see that the game moves relatively quickly. So I will continue to work on this. I have a couple people that are out playing it, and maybe they have some suggestions on how to do some different things. I think the scorecard helps to kind of visually see the flow of each match and each set. You can see how things are going. So you got a really long game here and a long one here. So you get those occasionally where you roll doubles over and over, or one guy just can't quite get the advantage. And the stamina system, I think, works well. You're going to wind up needing most of the dice, and so that's why I just kind of keep them all out here. Like I said, the game will come with the dice that you need. I know not everybody has all of these. And if you don't know, see if I have a D4. This is what a D4 looks like, if you've not seen a D4. So basically, whatever you roll that hits the bottom, that's what it is. So if it was like this, and this was the bottom, it'd be a 2. So that's a 4. That's a 4. A 1. So that would be a D4, and you would need a D4 if your player was a tour player who lost his stamina. He goes below to 0 or below 0. He would go down to a D4 from a D6. So, all right. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments section. If you're interested in this game, just let me know. Send me an email at clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com. You can connect with me on Facebook if you're on Facebook and you're a part of the group. You could also go to clarkandaddisongaming.com. You can fill in the contact form and just say, hey, I'd like to play the tennis game. But kind of fun and easy to play, not something you have to think a lot about. There's a couple of different trip ups, but once you get into the flow of like this momentum boost where you win 2 points and you get up. So consecutive points 1 is what you're looking at. Once you kind of get into the flow of looking for that, then it makes it a little bit easier. So you just kind of take into account their special abilities, and when those things come up, like the all-court master, he gets a +1 on all tie-break points. So if you get down to a tiebreaker, then he's really strong. So that's your sort of all-around great player. And if you team that up with a Hall of Famer, which one of them has that, I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, Ivanov. So the Russian, he's an all-court master and he's a Hall of Famer, so he's already rolling with an advantage. And so you can see that in a tournament where you have like Hall of Famers seated against tour players, the advantage is heavily in favor. Every time I played those two against each other, it's like 6-2, 6-1, straight sets, and thanks, I'm done. And you're over in 2 sets. So it's a little bit more difficult for a tour player to win. A star player has a chance, especially if he has the right kind of special abilities and things like that. So fun game. And I plan to, like I said, create more graphic oriented player cards, and there will be like a way for you to keep score on a little, it'll be like this size board, I'm considering doing a different board for each surface. So there'll be a hard court, there'll be a grass, and there'll be a clay court, just with a nice image in the background showing you, okay, this is a clay court, hard court, grass. That way you can quickly identify the advantage for the player. Just little things like that. And then you'll be able to just keep score right there instead of having to keep another piece of paper. You can just kind of roll and keep score. Maybe it'll present better or feel better to gamers. And like I said, I'll give you 2 sets of full dice that you can use for the game. All right. If you haven't clicked on subscribe, click on subscribe. If you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. That's a real easy way to support what I'm doing here at Clark and Addison Gaming. Lots of new stuff has come out. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, go to Facebook groups, look up Clark and Addison Gaming Company, and answer a few questions, agree to the group rules, and I'll let you in. Lots of things coming down the pipe. Precision Baseball 2024 is now out. Go to clarkandaddisongaming.com. It's on the front page. You can't miss it. Also, something else. I'm working on Base Baseball 2000. So the 2000 season set. And that's getting actually pretty close to finish. So I'll let everybody know when that's released. And I thought there was something else. 1984 for Play Action Football is available. It's been available for a few weeks now, so you can go and check that out if you want to replay the 84 season with Play Action Football. I am considering what I'm calling the Gold membership. So that will be a monthly membership. Not exactly sure what the price will be. It'll be somewhere between, I don't know, $6 and $10 a month. And what that'll get you is a free premium game. It'll also get you access to games like this that I'm working on, or things that are not published. I have lots of games that I do stuff with, and I don't half create them. I get them all the way, but they're just not quite games that I'm ready to publish or want to publish, or maybe I'm just working on them still. You have access to those types of games. Some games are fully complete. I just have never published them. There's one that's based on Yahtzee called Yah Tabletop Baseball, which is really fun. It's a lot of fun, actually. But it just has never clicked or made it to the publishing arm yet. I think there are other games that I've created that are better. And then you'll get one free premium download. So a game that's published, and normally you would have to pay anywhere between $7 and $20 to get that season. You'll be able to download one of those every month. It'll be a different game, a different type of sport, so it won't be the same all the time. But it will be a season that you can fully download, and that'll be... sometimes it'll be right at the value that you pay for the month. Sometimes it'll be double the value. So I think over time, with 12 free premium downloads, it's going to average out where you're going to get a lot more value out of this than you put in. There'll also be like members only surveys. So think of it a lot like Patreon in that way. So I'll have blog posts, and I'm hoping to do some meetups and stuff like that, using that space to kind of be with the gamers who want to participate in the life of this Clark and Addison Gaming. At the very least, you'll get a free premium download out of it every month. And at most, you'll be able to participate with others who are sort of jumping on with the philosophy, the idea of sort of the modern games that I've been making, and my general design philosophy about things. And we'll have more one-on-one. We can do some live sort of getting together and just talking live, a little bit like Dave Gardner does on his YouTube channel. But it will be open to anyone who's a member to be able to join and participate in that. And just, getting to know me, asking any questions about games. I get to know you, and we can see if we can bat around some ideas, maybe getting together physically and playing some games together. I live in the Chicago area right now, so I know there are a lot of people in this general vicinity, and maybe you live in Chicago or you live nearby, close enough that we could meet up and play a game together or whatever, or try to play online. I'm cool with that too. So just open to a lot of things. I think it's time. I have enough content now that I can feasibly do something like this. It's something I've had in my mind for a really long time. When I very first introduced what I was doing, I had something called Gamer Connect. So this was in my mind from the very, very beginning to just be online, answer questions. I was originally answering questions about on-base baseball and where that came from and that kind of stuff. So the community is quite a bit larger now, over 200 on Facebook and over 300 here on the YouTube channel. So got a little bit of momentum after these last 3 years and a lot of games and a lot of seasons. Some we're about to get flooded with AIG basketball season. So I'm about the mid 90s. I started at 1970 or so. 1970? I think I started at 1970. I'm in the mid 90s right now. So I'm creating seasons for that. I plan to just have an avalanche of AIG basketball seasons so that you can just pick and choose which ones you want to download. And that's a super fun game. Still getting a little bit of feedback on that one about, I released a quick play version of that with this last update. So if you're part of the Facebook group, you can get that update. Those files are in the files section and you can play out the fast play game. Basically it's just a roll to see who the main player of that time block is. And then you use that player's offensive rating for the number of points that the team scored. So kind of a fun, easy way to get through a game. You can play 5-on-5. You can do full substitutions if you wanted to, and do a little bit of strategy. You can figure out your subs all the way through. You can start in the first quarter and just kind of figure out what you're going to do there. And then as the game goes along, you can figure out what you're going to do for the rest of the game. So it's a lot of fun. I'll have to show that sometime, but I want to get a little bit of feedback. The initial feedback is defense should play into it, which I agree. But I was thinking good defense, but bad defense should also play into things as well. So that if the player is a bad defender, then the guy who's defending should have a better offensive rating. So that is something I haven't thought of. So maybe I can begin to incorporate that as well. AIG basketball just isn't quite ready for prime time, but it's really close and really good. So I'm convinced about the game engine. Now it's just fiddling with some rules and things like that. So I think that it will be really good and a nice fast game that keeps the speed of basketball, kind of the back and forth of basketball, just like this one. It sort of keeps the back and forth of tennis and the match and the game. If you wanted to roll one die at a time, you could do that to kind of get the back and forth feel of everything. So you could roll the die of the person who's serving first. If he gets an ace, maybe the guy whiffs on it, you roll the second die. And if he doesn't match him, he gets an ace. In fact, if they're the same die and you roll the highest number, it's going to be an ace because he has a +1 for his for the serving. So kind of fun, and maybe you could cut down some of the game time that way because aces would just take one roll of one die instead of looking at both dice. Or both dice. So lots of different ways that you can do this. I hope that you take my games as a canvas that you can begin to draw on or doodle on or create your own sort of things. I'm not trying to release games that you can't play, that you have to fill in all the gaps, but if you want to fill in more detail, you certainly can. Well, my voice is going out on me, so I will leave it there. Luca wins this one 2-1 as he goes down 4-6 in set 1. And then he comes back 6-4 and 6-1 to take this match over Mendez, both stars, so both rolling with the D8. And this is AIG tennis. So again, if you want to play this game, just let me know and I will get it out to you. That's not very much. It's just a couple of files, the players, the score sheet, and then you're going to have some dice. You're going to have these types of dice. So D8s, D6, D8, D10 and D12. So you're going to need to have those dice available to you, or you can use an online dice roller or an app that will roll the dice for you too. So even if you don't have the physical dice, don't worry. You can find a dice roller pretty easily online. If nothing, you can go to rolladie.net, rolladie.net, and then you can input however many sided dice and however many dice you need to use, and one click of a button rolls all the dice for you. So I've used that for many years, and it's mobile friendly, even though it's a website, but you can put it on your desktop, laptop, mobile, tablet, whatever, and be able to use that to play games. I used that for a long time. So that's one way to do it as well. All right. Again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. I appreciate everybody's support over these years. Go to clarkandaddisongaming.com and find some games that you want to play. Look in the free section of after shop all games. Look in the free section. You'll see some demos if you want to try out a game. You can look through this YouTube channel and you can find lots of different games that I've created. I'm always demoing those games here or showing the creation process or whatever, so you can feel free to go through. We got lots of content on the channel, and feel free to just kind of look through and see how things play and what it's like to play the games. My games, I keep them pretty cheap, so go out and get one. I don't think you'll be disappointed in any of my, especially the major games, precision baseball, play action football, and up-tempo basketball. And some of the quicker playing games are really fun as well. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.